Hunting in South Africa is amazing because of the variety of animals, and the weather is perfect, and the hospitality is great, and you add all those things together, it turns out for a perfect experience and a really memorable moment with my dad. So it'll be something I'll cherish for a lifetime. South Africa is just so rich with game. There's such a wide variety of game, and the hospitality of the people that I meet here is second to none. The workers here, they're just constantly always got a big smile on their face and just really, really happy. And then, like I say, just the game just keeps drawing me back just because of how much variety and how nice everything is. Once you land and put your feet on this soil, it's just, it's like a breath of fresh air.
Okay, we're on day one. The real start of day one. Just got back from the airport, had a coffee and had some lunch, and just down at the shooting range. And we're gonna go see what we can get. Our main target's gonna be with a crossbow, to harvest as much as we can with a crossbow, getting close, and yeah, it's gonna be an interesting hunt. And what we can't get to the crossbow, then we're gonna opt for the rifle. So yeah, got a good 10 days ahead of us, lots of animals, and we're excited for this.
It's day one. We just got here, gonna get the gun sighted in and try to get out in the bush and see if we can get after some good quality game. Really excited. I already seen a few, so really good.
Okay, just giving you a reading.
Yeah,
108.
109.
Two inches to
Yeah,
me.
that moved down just
Just a direction, yeah.
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I come to South Africa really wanting to harvest nyala just because of their beauty, the characteristics that they have, in their facial hair, and I love the spiral of their horns, and the tips, were always really intriguing and stuck out to me. So it looks like it would be a really cool to have one on the wall and a really good talking piece.
Okay, we've just spotted a really nice nyala bull feeding down in the riverbed. We're gonna try and put a stalk on him.
So for the first afternoon, we got here, we got settled in. Obviously, we're ready. We've been traveling for a couple of days. We're ready to get in the bush and see what we can get after. I remember just getting on the truck and driving around and seeing there was game, just kind of going everywhere. As we were passing by in the distance, they would be impala or eland or warthogs and different things, and then we were going through a little dip, a little low spot, and I noticed that nyala down in the bottom, and he was just bam, everything just looked perfect, and at that point I just knew that was an animal that I wanted to take, that I knew I'd be happy with, taking back home and showing off to all my friends and family.
and well done.
Great one.
Beautiful.
Thank
animal.
you. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful nyala.
Wow. Man, he's pretty.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, and they're both perfect. Good.
Okay, so yeah, we were actually on our way to one of our other properties, and the tracker spotted this beast of a nyala bull down in the river. So we decided to put a stalk on him. Got into 34 yards, got Dustin up on the sticks, and you put a perfect shot in him.
I have to say I love the tips and the way, you know, he kind of curves out at the top. I've never seen one that has the tips that curve out like this one does. So beautiful. He looks perfect to me. Flawless.
Not much more you can find in a nyala than this. I mean, it's everything you want, and
For sure.
you put a good shot in. He didn't go far, and congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Here at Ubuninzi Safari, the first day whenever I got here, or me and my dad got here, I felt welcome from the moment that I opened up my truck door. You know, I felt right at home. I felt welcome.
Potato bake, vegetables and a cheese sauce. There is spring muck leg roast, and then some marrow bones and some bread. Help yourselves, please. So it's like a leg bone cut in half, and then you eat the marrow.
I wanted to hunt impala is because they're a very beautiful animal. They remind me of some of the animals back at home, the antelope. They kind of look a lot like them. They're elusive, especially for the one that you're after.
We spotted an impala ram that gave us a slip yesterday when we were trying with a crossbow. He joined up with some kudu, and the kudu spooked off. We spotted him again in the same area, so we're going to put a stalk on him and see what we can do.
The blesbok spooked the impalas. They went down that draw and went back up, and he was with 2 or 3 other impalas. But this one here was a real wide one, tall. Across the top. That's him going across the top. That's him looking right. Out of all of the impalas that I had seen, there was not any other that was any wide. This is the widest impala and the longest horns that I had seen up to this point. I believe that I really did not see any bigger. There may have been 1 or 2 that I seen was real close, could have been back and forth one way. So when I seen him, I knew that was the one that I wanted.
What I want to do is just set up here and then send the tracker across.
In case
If
he
he jumps,
yeah, we can
see him. Otherwise, if we're in there, we're not gonna. Yeah. Then if he goes high, we're not. Shoot it when you're ready.
There's the doctor. I'm just going to shoot him for that.
Wait, he stood up? No, there he goes. Let's just walk across, change our angle. And he might, I see he's shaking his head like that, so it might have got a bit of a lung and the blood starting to come.
I seen the same thing.
because I mean the blood I can see in that. I don't know how the thing's still walking.
Hit him back, but I should put him down.
Watering away. Put it. I know that's gonna be a good one.
I don't know, don't shake my hand yet. Don't get there.
I definitely should have.
Russell?
100%.
Brent, beautiful impala.
Thank you.
Done. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, sir. We chased him.
We did.
It was a good chase. I haven't seen an impala ever this wide. And he stood out above all the other ones that we've seen. So we was after this one. And it took everything we could do to get him. Thank heavens that we got him.
But the quality that he is, it was worthwhile pulling out the rifle. First shot a little bit high, but we managed to get onto him again, and your second shot put him down, and well done.
Yep, boy. I'm really excited and happy.
It's a spectacular impala. He's long, he's wide, he's everything.
Everything you're looking for.
Yeah, no, and well done.
Yep, thank you.
I really wanted to, really wanted to get a blesbok in, here at Ubuninzi this time, and they're really, majestic animals. They're high up in the mountains. They're a hard game to get, and they're really pretty, in their own way, and was just something that I had to have. I noticed a bunch of animals. I glassed them, and I was asking what that was, and he was telling me a blesbok, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I noticed there was some white ones, and from the moment I seen there was this really, really white one. He had light horns. It was just something that I wanted, and from that point on, it wasn't do I want a blesbok? I want that blesbok. And Stephen didn't stop until we were able to locate him and actually get on that one, that particular one. We put in a couple good stalks and just wasn't able. There were so many eyes on us. There was probably 15 or 20 in this herd, and like I say, we were after just one particular animal. So it was hard, but I remember we was, kind of going down in the valleys, and they would be up on top. We'd go up on top, and then they would go down in the valleys. And finally, we got them in a position where we were upwind of them.
Well done. Oh, well deserved. Well done. Magnificent, magnificent.
Woo, that's beautiful.
Wow. So we've been on them, we've been on the wrong ones, but eventually we had our heart set on this ram, as you can see why, and we got him. We put in a good shot, I think at 340 yards. We dropped him on the spot.
Closest we've been able to get to him since we found him. Definitely stuck with it.
Yeah.
And made it happen. I greatly appreciate you sticking with it, you know, and
we could have shot
staying after
a couple of other rams.
Yeah.
But like I said, we had our heart set on this guy, and really a beautiful, beautiful ivory horns. He's got a lovely flare. He's got length. He's as white as you're gonna get.
Yeah. That's what I was wanting.
Yeah.
Wanting a white one, and you surely put me on a wonderful, great one for sure. So,
well done.
Thank you. We just come across some really good impala, really big. We're gonna see if we can come down to this ravine and sneak up on them and get a good shot with the crossbow. So we'll see how we do. We were going through a little hillside, and we seen a very nice, very nice wide impala, and he was in a position, he had a few other impala around him, but he was in a position that we felt comfortable we could we could make a stalk on. So we put a plan together and started the stalk. We were able to get within about 40 yards of him, and the wind turned on us, and he smelled us, and he was gone. We tried to put another stalk on him, but once he was alert, he was too old, he was too smart, he just wasn't having none of it. I thought we had him when he was standing right here.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, because I could over frontal shot.
Oh, you seen
There was a frontal shot, but I think he saw me at the same time.
Yep. Okay.
He was 25.
There he is.
He's close. Actually, bit too close.
Why I wanted to hunt zebra is because they have a very beautiful face. The markings of the black and the white, they're iconic to Africa. When people think about Africa, they think about zebras, elephants, and giraffes. So I wanted to get a zebra.
Okay, so we're on the morning of day 3. We've got quite a chilly, overcast, cloudy, misty morning. We're going to be looking for zebra, kudu, impala. But yeah, we've still got quite a Gemsbok, quite a few animals on the list. Let's hope we have a good day. Okay, so we've spotted a couple of zebra down this valley. So we're going to just peek over here and see if there's nothing that's sort of feeding towards us and see if we can make it happen.
All right, I'm all ready.
Let's go.
Ready to go for today. Good luck for today.
A zebra is an animal that everybody associates with Africa. And so you come to hunt in Africa. I didn't shoot one last time, but I really didn't want to. But this time I thought, well, I'm going to shoot one. The first time that we went after the zebras, I was behind Stephen, and we stalked. We got them, and they was way up on top of the mountain. They went down a little bit off of the side of the mountain. I was following Stephen. Stephen got me within 67 yards. I told him that I could make the shot. I picked the wrong pin out and I shot underneath the zebra, and after that day, they was gone. We could never get back on them again. I wanted to hunt waterbuck because of the way that their horns were on top of their heads, and also the way that they looked, the markings on their face. They looked really, really magnificent to me.
Okay, so we've come up a valley here. We spotted quite a few kudu in this valley. There were some nice waterbuck as well. A beautiful, beautiful bull came out. And we're gonna see if we can't get Brent onto that waterbuck bull and try and harvest him.
You ready to shoot it?
Your shot looks perfect.
Okay. He's quartering away, so it'll be a good shot.
When he turns around, just put it on the shoulder and squeeze it off slowly. I think he's going to line that bush, if you ask me. Let me just rearrange it.
There he goes.
There
he goes. He just laid
watch
down.
him for 5 minutes, Steve.
Yeah, let's watch him.
Because he was very worked up.
He was right up there on the top. I figured he'd have to step.
Well, he's hit hard. I mean, he's not. He doesn't like. I mean, obviously, like I say, he doesn't like to run.
Yeah, we
he's
also
hit hard, but
let's not rush him. If he's gonna die, he'll die there.
Yeah, almost.
Brent, congratulations. Exceptional waterbuck this morning. We gave us a bit of a runabout this morning, but here he is.
Actually, as I got up closer to him, he actually looks more magnificent and beautiful closer that I got to him, and he's more than what I thought he's going to be.
This is a very underrated animal. The foreigners, people that aren't from this area, they don't realize the beauty of a waterbuck until it's lying in front of them. I'd put this waterbuck up with the kudus. Like, everyone wants to hunt a kudu. If I was from a different country and I came to Africa, I'd want to hunt a waterbuck because I know what they look like, and here he is first hand in front of you.
Oh yes.
Now you see what we're talking about.
Yes. Yep, and it's got some real pretty black tips on his horns. He looks.
And he hooks beautifully.
Yep.
He's got that white on his horns. Old mature bull. You don't get much better than this. So here's a beautiful specimen of a waterbuck bull in front of us. Congratulations, Brent. This is an awesome trophy. I think you remember this one for a long time. So
I'll never forget this one. I'll never forget it. It is beautiful. Had a wonderful time. Great time stalking and hunting him.
So I really wanted to, go after warthogs. That's a thing that everybody from North America, when they relate Africa to, in a hunt, they always bring up, warthogs. And so definitely that was something high on my list, that I really wanted to get after, and I was in high hopes that I, will be able to get one with my bow. So definitely seems like an animal that we can, get a spot and stalk on would be really cool.
We just spotted some big warthogs laid up on the side of a mountain, resting in the sun. We're gonna try to slip over on top of them and get a shot with the crossbow.
We located them and seen exactly where they were. Went around the top of the hillside and got upwind of them and started that stalk, that slow, easy.
Really hard that is standing up. So let's just see what happens.
Stalked down to them, and literally Stephen put me within, I think 23 yards. And it was a very quick deal. It wasn't a slow process. We got right there, and I shot him with my crossbow, which was, insane, crazy, on a spot and stalk. There's not a lot of people that, get that opportunity.
Wow. Well done, Dustin.
That's how you do it there.
That was freaking awesome.
Never think we're going to shoot a pig on the side of a cliff.
Where was he at?
Stand here and you'll see him down there.
Oh, yeah, he's...
Watch out, don't slip there.
Might get up again, eh?
Oh, sorry, it's not free to shoot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a good one.
Yes, sir. Smoke of the season.
That was.
Pig from a cliff, death from above with a crossbow.
Wow.
Well done. Yeah, we spotted some pigs bedded down against this cliff behind us. Not a place we expect to see a pig. But we didn't know if it was going to work, and we thought, let's try. And we got above them, guided in by the tracker with the radios from the bottom, and the stars aligned.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
were still standing there. Another pig ran out, but he was standing there, and 22 yards, you took a freehand shot with a crossbow and put it in the engine room.
Take him like we did,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that in itself was
Different from any other stalk.
really different. I like how we were able to approach all these animals such different ways. That
Yeah.
always keeps it exciting,
Yeah.
keeps everything interesting.
Definitely.
Phew, man.
Good. Well, well done.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
very much. Well done with the bow.
Just an added delight was the fire. That we could, come back and kind of unwind and talk about the day's hunt, with everybody could, and we would sit and underneath the stars and just talk about everything while we're getting warm by the fire, like I say, the day's hunt. And that really helped bring the day down, kind of unwind. if you will, before we would have dinner. So the accommodations, lodging and food was second to none. Definitely, the rooms were amazing. Everything was put up nicely, was clean, orderly, perfect. The food was great, was definitely a different meal, every day, a lot of variety. So it was perfect, like I say, whatever we asked for there was never no question. The staff was very pleasant. I never had one time that I thought anything, bad or had a ill thought at all. It was just very comforting knowing how nice and humble that, everyone is that, that works here. And I'll, definitely enjoy that whenever I come back next time.
Why I wanted to hunt the Gemsbok is because I'd been over here before and had seen them and wanted to get one before, and it never did ever present itself. And so this was one of the animals that was on top of my list, and it was how beautiful that they are. Their markings on their face, the white and the black, and the long slender horns. I really like that.
Okay, so we spotted some Gemsbok up on the hill. The last stalk didn't work out. We started to look for another group. We found them, and we're going to go see what sort of quality animals are in here. If there's something that fits the bill, we're going to try harvest it.
I think it was 2019. I come with Dustin. I wanted to shoot a Gemsbok then, and they eluded me. I could not get on one. Actually, I've seen a couple of them, but every time I was shooting actually with the crossbow, and they'd run into the bush, and I never got him. So when I come back, that was one of my number one things that I wanted to shoot, and because Gemsbok is a really beautiful animal with the markings on his face, the long, slender horns. He's got little rings that run up. They're just, to me, their color and all is just magnificent, and so I've always wanted one. We seen that the Gemsbok higher up in the mountains, and we tried to get on them, and they knew that we was after them. They ran way down the mountain a few miles, I don't know, long ways, and we finally caught up to them. We were about to catch up to them again, and they noticed us again, and they took off and ran. They went down into the flats or more into the bottom of it, and we kind of got around them.
You see the white one standing behind another one? Yes. But there is a shot. There is a shot. There is a shot right there. There's a shot.
Take him when you're ready. The second one from the right just looked at you. Hit.
Perfect shot. Perfect shot.
You've redeemed yourself. Dustin, don't you want one? Beautiful Gemsbok.
Yes.
We did the miles. We got them. Well done. Absolutely perfect. That's normally 40 on the hip.
Oh wow.
That's normally 40, so we're gonna be there. But yeah, we started with these ones on the top there, and we managed to bring them down into a much easier area to work with them and to get a shot in, and that there's not too much between those bushes on the top there as well, that we could select the right animal to take. And yeah, eventually it all worked out. We chased them a long way, but Brent, you harvested a beautiful animal. Beautiful animal to take, and you put in a textbook shot. She didn't take too long and she was down, and congratulations. I know this was one of your high on your list.
Yes, this was one of my top on the list to get. They're a beautiful animal. I love her, and the horns look magnificent. They're not broke. They look really good, and the chase, it was worth it in the end.
Well done, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So I was talking to Stephen here at Ubuninzi, about the different variety of game, and he mentioned to me about a black wildebeest, and by what he was telling me, it seemed like something that I would really enjoy, going after, and and being able to harvest. Definitely, they have a very, very different look to them than a lot of the other game, which really intrigued me.
Just come out for the afternoon hunt, and we spotted some really good black wildebeest, and I found the one I want. We're going to see if we can stock up on them, get a little bit closer, and see if we can close the distance.
Yeah.
Was it because they seen us move?
Yeah. I mean, they tolerated that for how long? But anyway, I was just trying to get that soil patch there to lie on. And then, okay, let's go after that.
All right, round 2. So we're gonna see if we can come up over this hill right here, and hopefully down in the bottom, be able to get a good stalk and a good shot in. So we'll see how it goes.
And I'd seen some blue wildebeest, and I just, they just really didn't intrigue me. They just weren't, I don't know. I just didn't have a big drive to want to hunt one of those. And Steve was like, we got some black wildebeest, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, let me see those. And from the moment I laid my eyes on them, I was like, yep, I like them. They got a really neat, patch of hair on top of their nose and under their jaw. I like the way that their horns, curl. Definitely just in its own way, unique way, just a very, it's got a look to it that is very different, defined look, to them. Like I say, once I seen them, I fell in love with them. And I like the way their bosses, how thick and heavy they are on top.
It's just
You know what I'm
too
saying?
mingled. And then as you shoot, something walks.
Yeah. Yep, it ain't worth it. There was one particular one that he had been down in the mud, and he actually had a little bit of clay, so he kind of had a little bit of an orange tint to his horns. And that was the one. Like I say, there again, it was the one I wanted. And once again, we had to do, put some stalks on them, go back and forth, really try to get around them to be able to make a good shot. And once again, like I say, Stephen definitely guided me in the right direction and kept me, you know, in check with him, you know, with the wildebeest at all times, you know, to let me know where he's at and how far, and once we get to that distance that I felt comfortable, you know, I was able to put the sticks up and put the rifle down on the sticks and make a good shot.
I think if you lay down, you're gonna be too low because of the salt.
Good shooting.
Good. Well done, Dustin. Yes, sir. Good shooting. Beautiful, beautiful bull.
I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better bull.
Get much better than that. You've done well.
He was, he's perfect. You know, he's rugged, but yet he's still, all you know, you can tell he's been a fighter. You know, he's been around a long time, but he's still beautiful, and you know how deep and how his points come to to a point and all. So
Yeah,
definitely.
nice and deep,
Yep.
past the eyes, nice and wide.
Yep.
Big cracked up bosses. It's all we want in a black wildebeest. You had singled out this bull that you liked, and yeah, as soon as he looked away, you put a perfect quick shot up behind the neck there, and he went down like a sack of potatoes. Yeah, well done, and great wildebeest. There's some vegetables, beef kebabs, there's some cheese sausages and chicken wings, Gemsbok at the front, blue wildebeest at the back, tenderloins. I'll stand here.
We've just seen some black wildebeest that we've come up, and now we're going to do a little bit of stalking up on them. Right up over the hill here. We've seen 6 of them. Hopefully there's a big bull in there. We're going to take a peek over the horizon right here, and maybe we can get this done.
We're just going to go around, yeah.
Yeah,
Come up behind them and get as close as we can for you.
good deal. We took a day or an evening and to look for them zebras, and they were gone. Nobody could find them nowhere, not hiding or hair of them. We looked on the bottom hills for the zebras, and they weren't there. And he rode over and he glassed way across the valley on the lower plains, place where a lot of times the black wildebeest are. And he's seen them there. I think he's seen, at first he's seen only like 4 of them. He said, I don't know where the rest of them are, but there's 4 of them. So since they're there, we'll go over and get them.
That's definitely a bull at number 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
about another 100 yards to get a good shot. We're being patient. Hopefully they'll feed the right way. Just waiting.
There's 2 females on the left, and that bull is standing by himself. He's a very good bull. But he's a couple yards further than them, and he's about further horizon.
The day before, when they seen us, they disappeared. We couldn't never find them. And so we sat down behind the bush and waited. It was over an hour. We was waiting on them. They was looking. The wind was not right, real good for us. So we was waiting. Finally, he figured that we'd go back down just a little bit and kind of go and hope that they wouldn't wind us. We went down. We went back up and got behind another bush, and the rest of the black wildebeest come out where he could pick out the big bull that was there. He got me up on the sticks.
One on the left. Very good bull.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, take it.
Right.
Fuck, looked good. The shoulder was broken.
I put him back in safety.
Yeah. You got another one in there?
Yes.
Safety on.
Sealed the deal.
Well done, Brent.
Yes, it is.
Perfect shot.
See, they give us a run for their money.
Yeah. Small animal compared to what they look like, eh?
Yes.
They're very dusty.
Real pretty. What stands out was how elusive they were, and I was a little bit nervous that maybe we pushed them so hard that they was going to stay in the bush where we wouldn't be able to even find them. Luckily that they was down here on this flat, and they're really beautiful horns. I love the horns. I love those bosses on them, and the hair that's on the face that comes out. It'll make a beautiful mount. Really good memories on this one. Love the stock. I love everything about it.
Brent, this is a beautiful black wildebeest trophy that you've taken. Like you said, the bosses, the cracked up horns, the character, the way these animals move around, they're clever. We've hunted them hard. It hasn't been easy. Dustin got his one a few days ago, and since then they've really been hiding away from us. So we were very hopeful this morning that they would be down here in the flats, and they were. But this animal, it's a beautiful trophy that you've taken, and I don't think you're going to get much better than this in a black wildebeest. So congratulations.
Thank you, Russell.
It's a pleasure.
I have spotted a group of zebras up on the hill there. So we're going to head on that way. In Brent's wish list, he's also got a sable, but it's up in the mountain. We just went to go have a look there now, but it's so overcast and hazy, and there's a bit of a cloud cover like covering the mountainside, so we can't get very good visual there. So we're going to go try for the zebra. If we're successful, we're going to go try for the sable after the zebra. We're going to try our best.
we knew that the zebras had moved a little bit, and so we started looking for them, and we found them. Anyway, we put a stalk on them, probably at the top of the kind of the top of the mountain, and we was down lower, and we went down through the ravine again and started going up.
Zebras are about 150 yards from us. It's almost perfect. So if we can get close enough for your crossbow.
In the bottom of that ravine, there was two blue wildebeest that snorted at us, and we thought when we was past them that they would go out the bottom. Of course they didn't. They ran up, and they got with the other blue wildebeest and with the zebras.
There's more to the right. I don't know what's to the left. We're just going to take it slowly. Rocky did Bruce to go to the left to get away. They're very alert. They're looking around.
Russell got us within 100 yards of one of the zebras. The zebras and the blue wildebeest were mixed in there together, and then they kind of started separating just a little bit, and so we made the stalk, was trying to follow the zebras as they was going off to the right and kind of going a little bit up over the top of the mountain.
There's a zebra here, these blue wildebeest, standing amongst them. Can't even attempt to stalk the thing because presents a shot on 80. We'll try that. Because she's got the longbow. With the longbow we can shoot 500. You know, we'll try with the short bow first. Then if I mess up, things go with the other. Okay, give it some time. There's that zebra that was with them.
The blue wildebeest were kind of in the back, and when we walked out of cover just a little bit, instead of them snorting and going the opposite way, they ran and got with the zebras, and the blue wildebeest and the zebras were gone, and I almost thought probably not to be seen that evening.
The blue wildebeest have messed us up. They're like they're guarding us. Zebras are running behind them and keep pushing them. Looks like the zebras are about ready to go over the top. If they look like that, the longbow's coming out. The question is, are they going down here? Or they're going up there? Well, it looks like to me, the short bow's kind of been put to the side.
So finally they got down and started going down towards the bottom and got out on like a little shelf that they started going around. And Russell knew which one he was, and he always hung back. He's a big stallion. Russell said he's the one all by himself.
Okay, that's the one there walking to the right.
Yeah.
Wait for him to turn broadside. All right, you can take him.
Honey.
Hang down. He's gone down. Well done. Great shot.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
280 yards.
280 yards. Closer to 300, I think.
Let's go fetch him.
Finally sealed the deal on this one. We've chased these zebras for the most of the hunt. finally we couldn't close the gap with the short bow, so we took out the long bow. Well, they finally waited for us. They didn't think there's a road over there, but I think that they can figure out that there's a road where we can go over there and hopefully recover him. Had a great time chasing him. Good memories on this one.
Better.
Good. Where'd you hit it?
On the shoulder. It should
Right
be.
where it's
I'll
supposed
check
to.
now when you turn it over.
It was just barely up there and run down dead.
These zebras weren't too far from the lodge up on the hill here. And it turns out it's the same one from the other day. Good old stallion. And we tried all afternoon with the crossbow. Couldn't get a good stalk in because of the wildebeest. The blue wildebeest are just in the way and causing trouble. So we gave up on the crossbow, went to the longbow.
The longbow.
The rifle. And we've tried, couldn't get a shot, couldn't find a place where it was going to be accessible to load him, to shoot him. So we eventually came all the way around and we got 250 meters from him, and he got on the sticks and he placed a perfect shot on the shoulder, textbook.
It was a good chase. We had a good time chasing zebras. Probably one of the hardest animals so far for us to get.
On this property it seems to be one of the hardest animals to get.
Yes, yes.
And you pick up your binoculars to have a look at them and they start running.
Yep, they're gone to the next mountain.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. Yep, I appreciate it. Appreciate everything you've done, Russell.
Well, you got yourself a beautiful stallion here, and I hope you're going to remember it for years to come. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I wanted to hunt the sable because it's a real pretty animal. I wanted to find one that was a huge, nice trophy, and they have a very unique look. They're long horns that go way back towards their back. Very beautiful animals.
We've pretty much completed Brent's wish list. We are looking for one more animal. He's looking for an exceptional sable bull. I saw it up here about 2 weeks ago. It's eating up in the steep valleys here on the hillside. So we were just glassing. Stephen also saw it the other day. We came yesterday afternoon, we had a look, but the weather wasn't ideal. So we just couldn't get good visual on this mountainside. So we got here early this morning before the sun rose, so we can just have a good look before the sun affects our capabilities of being able to see with the binoculars into that specific area. So yeah, we're going to try. It might be a hard recovery, it might be a hard hunt, but let's see what happens. I've seen big sables in my life, and exceptional big sables like he's describing, and this isn't as big as that description. Well, we came along the top hoping we could find the sable on the top here, hiding away out of the wind. And while we were travelling along the edge here, Steve was looking from the bottom and he has located the sable, so he's going to direct us in from the bottom, and hopefully Brent can get a shot.
gotta love it. Down here in Africa with all them. Wait a minute thing. Grab your cactuses. We went down, 200 or 300 yards down the pretty steep face of the mountain. The sable stood up. He stood up behind a tree. I could see him. He had big, beautiful, long horns curled back. Didn't have a shot because of the bushes that was in front of us, but the sable wasn't going to move.
Go down through that bush.
Hey, boy. Why don't you shoot it? Had to shoot just through the bushes. I could see the bottom of his legs. It looks like it was a good shot. It was. He went right down. Then he flipped around. I put a second shot in just to finish him off. Now we're going to go down and see how beautiful he is.
Done.
Ooh.
Brent, well done.
Oh, wait.
This is
Another exciting one.
a magnificent sable bull. We've been on this bull all morning. He's exceptional and he's clever. You're gonna go a long way to find a bigger sable than this. This is huge.
Yep. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole thing, looking from the bottom, driving up here, putting your work in for me. I enjoy watching you work there, Russell. Maybe I enjoy that as much as the whole thing. You know how it goes.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah,
I'm here to make you happy.
and he is. We seen that smaller one down there, but it wasn't the right one. This is that great big one that everybody's been looking for. You put me on it. Everybody put me on it. Luckily, I made a good shot.
Well, thank you. We've enjoyed your company here at Ubuninzi. It's your last day. I hope it's a memorable one,
It is.
and we hope to see you again in the future.
Yep. Justin will be planning up some more trips.
I don't think we've been that bad company.
No. No, I've been trying to give you a hard time and you won't let me.
Well, thank you very much.
Yep.
Well done, Brent. Trophy of a lifetime. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Take on me and Brent as well.
So I really wanted to get be able to harvest steambuck once I seen them and was able to, get my binoculars on them and seeing how neat they were and knew how hard they were actually to be able to harvest. So it was really a big success. Gun on.
Well done. You're straight down.
Appreciate it,
You have a look there.
Well done, Dustin. Yeah, thank you. That's a nice one. Really pretty, really good coat to him. He does well.
Last morning of the safari. It's gone quickly. We've harvested some beautiful animals. Yeah, we've just had breakfast and decided let's go look for a steenbok early this morning before you guys head to the airport. And came across this beautiful ram. And yeah, you put a good shot into him and he went down, and I think they were last of your really wanted animals. I know you haven't got your baboon and your porcupine unfortunately, but we'll do that next time.
That's right.
But I'm glad you got a beautiful steenbok to accompany that dark of yours. Yeah, very well done.
Beautiful. Thanks a lot. So yeah, my safari went quick, like Stephen said, but we've had an excellent time, great time. I think we've actually been able, between Dad and I, been able to harvest something, every day. So that, keeps the adrenaline going, the rush going. But definitely, we've definitely made some memories that we'll never forget, and just had an excellent time. Couldn't have asked for anything any better. So really enjoyed it. Hate that that it's already gone and we gotta go back home, but it's the way it goes.